Welcome back. Success is not random. It's not luck. It's not magic. And it's definitely not reserved for a chosen few. Success leaves clues. Every wealthy person and high achiever eventually discovers certain rules that completely change their life. Rules about discipline, focus, time, purpose, and mindset. In this video, you'll discover 10 powerful rules of success that can completely transform your future if you actually apply them. Ready? Let's dive right in.
Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. I gotta tell you, I'm genuinely thrilled you're here today because we're doing something super practical. We're completely stripping away all the motivational fluff, the empty buzzwords, and that kind of vague advice you hear everywhere to look at a highly pragmatic blueprint for success. Based on our source material today, we're going to examine the actual fundamental rules that separate the people who just dream about success from those who actually architect it. If you love structured, direct, and actionable information, you are absolutely in the perfect place. Look at this quote right here. A dream without a plan is just entertainment. Wow, right? It's kind of like a gut punch. So many people say they want success, but they have absolutely no clear destination. There's no roadmap, no timeline, no structure at all. Without that, it's literally just a mental movie you watch to feel good. Our sources make it abundantly clear. Success requires intentional design. Because if you don't design your future intentionally, life is just... All right, let's dive right into this. We've taken all these core rules and synthesized them into 4 really actionable chunks for you. The mindset of ownership, execution over perfection, structure and resilience, and finally, the daily equation. Starting us off, Section 1, the mindset of ownership, becoming your own savior. So, before we even talk about executing a plan, we have to fundamentally shift how you view your place in the world. I want you to genuinely ask yourself this question. Really think about it for a second. Who is coming to save you? Who is actually going to step in and fix your finances, your career, or your daily habits? Well, here's the harsh, but honestly super liberating reality. Nobody is coming to rescue you. Not the government, not your boss, not society, nobody. You have to become your own savior. And honestly, that realization, it creates massive urgency. Because successful people, they stop waiting for permission. They stop blaming their circumstances, and they take complete 100% ownership of their future. And because you are your own savior, you've got to absolutely obsess over clarity. You need to answer 3 foundational questions right now. What exactly do you want? Why do you want it? And maybe most importantly, what sacrifices are required to get it? Because like we said, if you don't design your future, life will design one for you. Vision creates direction, you guys. And direction, that creates momentum. Moving right along to Section 2, execution over perfection, moving from plan to action. So let's take that clarity out into the real world. One of the biggest differences between average folks and highly successful people is actually incredibly simple. Successful people ask. They ask for opportunities, they ask for partnerships, they ask for raises. Most people, well, they just stay silent because they're terrified of rejection. But rejection is simply a mandatory part of success. Every successful person has heard no countless times. The winners are literally just the ones who kept asking. Now, when it comes to taking action, I really want you to remember this rule. Getting something 80% done right now is infinitely better than 100% never. Perfection is an absolute killer of success. Just think about the perfection trap. People will literally spend years planning, overthinking, waiting for the perfect moment, researching, but they never actually start. Successful people understand the execution advantage. Your new business doesn't need to be perfect on day 1. Your YouTube channel doesn't need to be perfect. What matters is movement. Imperfect action will always outperform perfect procrastination. And here is a pretty painful truth. 5 years from now is going to arrive whether you use the time wisely or not. You can waste all those years waiting around for a spark of motivation, or you can realize that every single day is an investment. Just 1 hour a day directed toward a goal becomes 365 hours a year. That's huge. Small efforts repeated consistently compound and completely change lives. All right, Section 3, structure and resilience. Architecting your reality. So once you start taking all this imperfect action, things are going to get messy. It's unavoidable. But so many lives stay stuck simply because they remain totally disorganized. Messy habits, messy finances, messy schedules, they just kill your momentum. You have to create systems to reduce that chaos. Organize your money, your time, your environment, and your routines. Discipline creates structure, and structure creates success. And as you build out this structure, you really need to balance two incredibly important states: gratitude and ambition. A lot of people think these clash, but they coexist beautifully. You should absolutely appreciate your progress, your health, and your whole journey. But you should never become comfortable with your potential. There is absolutely nothing wrong with wanting more growth, more freedom, and a better life. Healthy ambition is what pushes humanity forward. But let's be real, every meaningful goal comes with pain. Hardships are basically life's filter. We're talking failure, stress, doubt, loneliness, and sacrifice. These things literally separate the people who are just interested from the people who are truly committed. Most people quit the second things get uncomfortable. Successful people, they keep going anyway. And that's exactly why resilience matters so much more than raw talent. Now, shifting gears slightly, one of the absolute greatest feelings in life is getting paid to do something you genuinely love. When passion and value combine, opportunities just explode. And to monetize anything, you really just have to solve a quick 4-step puzzle. Figure out if it's a product or a service, determine how much to charge for it, figure out how to reach the right people, and finally, figure out how to take their money. But hey, your environment matters just as much as your plan. You absolutely must surround yourself with people walking in the exact same direction as you. You need people with goals, high standards, vision, and real discipline, because success is incredibly contagious. But unfortunately, so is mediocrity. Which brings us to our final section, Section 4, the daily equation. The boring truth. Let's just strip away all the glamour for a minute and look at what it actually takes to win. Most success stories look totally explosive from the outside, right? But behind the scenes, success is usually, well, it's incredibly boring. It really is just small actions repeated daily. Reading, practicing, saving your money, training, improving, just showing up consistently, especially on the days you really don't feel like it. And honestly, that is the grand secret. Success is absolutely not one giant cinematic moment where the music swells. It is thousands of small moments that nobody applauds. It's the work you do in the dark, the discipline you hold when the cameras are completely off, and the silent repetition of the right habits over and over again. At the end of the day, success isn't about becoming someone entirely different. It's really just about becoming more of who you are already capable of being. The absolute truth is this: your income changes the moment your value changes. Your life changes the moment your standards change. And your future, it changes the exact moment your daily habits change. Which leaves us with this final thought. And if there's one thing you take away from this explainer, make it this: success is not built in one day. It is built daily. So take a hard look at your routines today. Are your daily actions actually building the future you want, or are you just waiting around to be rescued? Think about it, take ownership, and start building. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next one.